Welcome back and welcome to Tudi Live today in English, the first show of 2022. 2022.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year and happy King's Day,
King's
Dia de
Day.
Reyes, for all the people that celebrate it, especially in Spain and Hispanic countries. It's a big thing. So here we are with our first show, and what a way to start it in English. That's Tudi going global since we started this crazy little thing called Tudi Live. We've been trying to reach as further as we can, or as far as we can, when it comes to our audience. And today is no exception. We will have a show dedicated to one of the countries in Europe with not many tunas, but with very active and also very old tunas. We will have today three guests, and we will present them in a while after you and Miguel greet our audience. Hi, Frank. How is everything in Puerto Rico?
Hi, my friends. Happy New Year. Happy Three King Days. Happy 2022. So here in Puerto Rico, as always, I say it's hot. You know, you have different levels of hot, of summers. But we are okay. We are okay with this third wave. We still taking care of ourselves. Waiting for more experience, tuna experience. So very happy here.
Very good. Thank you very much. Miguel, in Bogota, how are things?
Hello, well, very good. All people beginning this year with big hopes and waiting for all the things that we have to have this year. That I think that will be very good and will be better than the last year. We have a big parties here in Colombia in this period of the year.
I
At the
heard
end of
that the Cali Festival.
Yes, well, I
Okay.
was the last week in Cali, and today in these days are the Feria of Manizales.
Manizales.
That is a very big and very important contest for the tunas in Colombia. For tunas in Colombia, Manizales is a very important festival. And Blancos y Negros en Pasto, that is other festival at the south of the country. And later we have in Febrero El Carnaval de Barranquilla, that is big one party here.
In case
All
anyone
people
missed
here.
it, we have it in the Tudi Live of Colombia.
Yes.
Something about it. It looks
Yes.
promising.
Yes,
It's
right.
very interesting. It does.
Okay.
Okay, Miguel, thank you very much. So let's start presenting our guests tonight, and let's start with our counselor in the Netherlands, the first Dutch guy entering and being a member of Tuna. Let's welcome and cheer, and with a very big round of applause for Pierre Guyson. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. And I say hello from the Netherlands.
Hello, Pierre. Welcome,
Hello,
and
my
thank you very
friend.
much for being here. And let's pass to our next guest. And it's always very good to introduce and to have here guests that are not males and ugly like us. So welcome, Seth from Tuniña, from Eindhoven also.
Hello,
Hi,
Not
Ted.
that.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And thank you for inviting me.
Well, thank you for being here. That's the most important. And also, last but not the least, we have Christiaan from Tuna de Maastricht and also a proud member of Tudi Netherlands. Welcome, Christiaan.
Hey, hello everybody. Happy New Year. Gelukkig nieuwjaar.
Hi. How
Ay,
you doing, Christian?
feliz año, Christian.
Gracias.
Oye, gracias, te quedó perfecto.
Thank you.
Perfect.
That's it. So, as always, we will have here a kind of a storyline that we will try to follow and try to enlighten you as much as we can about the movement of the Tunas, the history, and moreover, and even more important than the history, the present and the future of the tuna in the Netherlands. We have the comments box where you can place your questions, and we will try as much as we can to get them answered, unless they are, let's say, they pass the level of stupidity that we don't want to answer that, but let's count that we won't have it. So we start with Rob from Tuna Ciudad. Hi, Rob. How are you? Thank you very much for the intro. Pulgarcito, that's on you. Yeah, that's it.
At least one of my tuna is listening.
Well, okay, it's not bad. We haven't seen anyone from Maastricht. Try to send it to all the WhatsApp groups. We want to have popularity contest. Of course, the Tuniña will win, but let's see. Let's see what we go. Clarita, hi, how are you? Hi to Florida, always here. Thank you very much for being over there. And also from Canada, from Burlington, Canada, Herrick. How's everything over there? So let's start. Here, I think I can start with you. You have already, you are a member of Tudi for a while now. And Misha. Hi, Misha. And historic name from Tuna Ciudad Luz.
Hi, Misha.
So, Pierre, do you want to start by making a brief introduction of Tuna Ciudad Luz?
Yeah, I can do that. Tuna Ciudad Luz. We were founded in 1964.
Oh wow!
It was more or less found as a joke to another sorority had a practical joke to have the Nobatos sing 7 Tuna songs, and that was a very big sorority. So there were a lot of Nobatos at that group. And 7 of them or 6 of them, they decided to continue because they liked it so much. And so this is how it started. And after a few years, we started to develop a little bit more towards the Spanish Tunas traditions. We met more Tunas, and we started to become more a copy of Spanish Tunas. Then, of course, with our own little twist, our accents, for example, and a lot of beer drinking, where Tunas drink wine, we drink beer. So in the late 80s, we started to organize festivals, and we did that together with Tuniña. That was all in that time also already for a couple of years active. We organize now festivals every year, and we try to go to festivals twice a year. But with the Corona times, it's a little bit more difficult, and also the musical level gets some hits because we can't practice, we cannot go out. But luckily, Nobatos keep on coming, which is for me strange, but I'm not active in getting Nobatos in because I'm a little bit too old for that. So in principle, our Tuna is still quite active with students. I believe we have 6 or 7 Nobatos at the moment, but maybe one of the Tunos is listening and can give an exact number. But we're doing quite well, so we are preparing for our 60th anniversary in a couple of years.
My God, that's impressive because 60 years is probably one of the oldest tunas in Europe with continuous activity. That's really, really impressive. Congratulations on that.
But I have a question there. You say you start like a joke. But why you say that? Because you use copy the customs or something about the tuna.
Yeah. So there was a guy was on holiday and he met a tuna and he spent a couple of days. He spent a couple of days with the tuna and he bought a single a record. And he gave this to all these Nobatos and he said, you have to learn these songs within a few days. And that was all a cappella. So they were singing these songs, and there was songs like Fonseca and La Sirena, this kind of songs.
Okay.
And yes, a couple of guys decided to use it. They liked it so much they started to use it to sing for girls, and had a lot of success with it. So they started to look at the picture of the. Look at, oh,
No. You can continue. You can
They
continue
started
talking.
to-
We will
to,
have this like in the background.
they started to copy the suits, and more it became the suit that we have now. So in the beginning it was not what we have now, but later on we started to have the Spanish suits.
Okay.
This, just to make a small introduction, is one of I think it's the last performance that Tunas Ciudad had. It was in Torremolinos 1 month ago, if I'm not mistaken. And once again was there Manuel Rosa, doing his thing, broadcasting live for everyone that could not attend. And there he was. And this was Tunas Ciudad in Torremolinos. Let's take a look at what they did there. And in the time being, we can talk because the sound won't be too high. And let's try to play DJ here.
I recognize the flute.
Good time to drink something.
That guy behind is a novato, right?
Yes, and he's 17, and so he's one of the youngest, and the oldest is, I think, 64, 65 in this
Okay.
stage.
That's a
So
very
we have
good
the-
point. So many
we have the good-
generations.
The complete generation shift, missing the oldest ones, because there is also one generation older.
That's you?
It's not me. I'm in the left.
Bien, bien, bien. Very good.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a big mix of ages here, because the youngest was 17, the oldest I think 64, 65. So we brought almost the whole spectrum of, and we were 26, so which is also not bad for us.
Yeah, that's very good. And we have here some comments from Katarina. She's watching from Canada. She's a member of Luzok and Tuna. And yeah, I think that her comment makes a lot of sense, especially after all this this pandemic. And I know that In Canada, they have, and because we had a show about it, they already started with the rehearsals and the trainings and all that, but not yet any live performances. So I can relate. And Misha is saying that it's 67.
67 was the oldest
Oh, well.
girl.
That's good.
67. Wow.
Such a generation mix over there. Very good. So now, Ted, I don't know if you have any more questions, but we will have, of course, more opportunities to or chances to go back to Pierre in a while. But now I would like to go to Ted and to hear a little bit of the history of the Tuniña.
Tuniña is founded in '82, and it was not a joke. Because there were some girls that really wanted to join the Tuna, but that was not allowed because they were girls. And they were separate girls, and then somebody knew the both of them, joined them, and they started Tuniña Eindhoven. Or they started as a Tuna Feminina, and then we thought Tuniña is a nice word.
But
So
was there, like in Ciudad any travel from girls that afterwards made part of the Tuniña to Spain that made that will, or was it just influence of the Ciudad de Luz?
See, only influence of Tuna Ciudad de Luz, because it took quite a long time before we realized that there are some quite strict rules in the Tuna world.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a couple of people that are against rules, so we loosen. Sometimes we loosen the rules a little bit, and then we tie them up again. That's La Tuniña, and we in this year April we will be 40.
That's it. Impressive age. Now, now that we don't have anyone here from a masculine Tuna, like from Ciudad Luzerain, did you feel at the beginning, or do you know that when the Tuniña was founded, was there a kind of a discrimination, or did you feel that you were not that well accepted for being a feminine Tuna, which back in '82 might have been a thing?
It was a big thing in Eindhoven. It wasn't. Coincidentally, we had an interview this week with two Tunos about La Tuniña, what their thoughts are, and I think in the beginning the Tuna Ciudad de Luz helped a lot. I think we only realized when we were in Spain for the first time. That was long before my time. I'm young, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But I know from the stories that the first time they were on stage in Spain, they had a big applause of tomatoes to the stage. So the half of the audience was throwing tomatoes, and the other half was applauding. Because in Spain then, Tuna Femininas were not normal at all.
Was it in Pamplona, or where they do the tomatina, or not the performance?
No. No. It was there, and still, Peer knows as well. Even in our time, we had festivals where there were groups that.
I was in Murcia once with the festival of Tuna Medicina Murcia, and the Tuniña was also invited, and for some reason I lost my group, and I went back to the hotel to pick something up, and I walked back with the Tuniña, and I noticed that some old ladies were actually swearing at the Tuniña, and of course for me that was also very new experience. So at that time and now I'm talking 92 something, 1991, 1992. It was not everybody accepted it well in Spain, but in the Netherlands it is never an issue. It was never an issue.
And now trying to understand also a little bit, the Tuniña also came to Portugal a few times, right?
Yeah.
And there in Portugal, you didn't feel anything like that, because here we have almost as many feminine tunas as masculine. So
Yeah, that's right. Well, I think I was only 2 times in Portugal because it's too far. Sorry.
too far. Oh my God! You
So
have
far if
direct
you,
flights,
if you are walking,
direct flights with Ryanair from Eindhoven to Porto, and it's too far. My
you can
God.
take a plane.
Yes.
But I have a question there,
Good.
Ted. Do you think the same right now about the Spain, the treatment in Spain to you?
Well, I don't care at all.
I know,
No,
yeah, but I want to analyze this because in different countries the thing changed, with the time.
Yeah, well, you see a lot of shifting, but I think Pierre knows too that we had, I think, early 2000.
Mhm.
We were in Malaga, and there was a certamen, and there was one group who refused to go on stage if we were participating.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was,
so but that was a Medicina festival,
Uh-huh.
and we were both guests, and one of the Medicinas, and I don't want to.
no, we don't name names.
It's not necessary to say which one, but one of the medicine Tunas, they are, yeah, let's say a little bit right wing thinking, and they refused to play on the same stage as the Tuniña. So that was but luckily what happened was that most of the other Tunas, and including me, we got angry and got solved. It got solved, but that was the last time that, because I think nowadays there's many Tuna femininas in Spain. I don't think that in general it's not an issue anymore.
No.
Maybe here and there, but that was also an incident, yes,
No,
in
but
2000.
And I always think it's very funny if people behaving like that.
Yeah. And you are flexible with it, but for the rest of the group, it was maybe not so nice. So yeah.
Yeah, I know.
There are some tuners around the world just realize that the party is better with girls, not only a bunch on drunken guys,
Not only the party, the business is better with girls
the
too.
business, everything.
Yeah. We can't do without the girls, so I don't understand. I never understood the whole story of that one Tuna, because why are we singing? To whom are we singing?
Yeah.
Yes. I can say nothing about it because I am married.
I'm only singing to the girls.
I just in case, I'm not pointing to Spain directly. It's in different countries, the things change, including inside of one country, the people think different, So, but it's okay. It's okay to know that you believe and that you think about it,
Yeah. Like our reference is mainly Spain, of course, and Portugal. So I've been to Mexico once to a festival, but what you see in South America, as far as I can see it from far away, is that there's many feminine tunas. So that issue is not there. In Spain there were only masculine tunas until, well, the Tuniña in the Netherlands, and I think around the same time, Femenina Zaragoza, they were almost the same time, and then and a little bit later one in Madrid. But before that, there was no feminine tuna. So I think that also plays a role in this discussion, as they were not used to it.
I'm not sure about the dates because I'm not good and I don't want to say stupid things that then people just come and throw tomatoes at me because I missed the dates. But there was also the Tuniña Compostelana from Santiago. I'm not sure of when they were founded, but I know that in the early 90s, at least, they were already active. So also probably one of the first feminine tunas in Spain. So, but I won't save your tomatoes for later. I'm not saying it's
I don't
true.
know if we are actually the oldest Tuniña. I don't think so. That's
No,
not.
I don't think so
I
either.
Yeah,
don't
because
claim we.
yeah, because I'm also not stating, but it makes sense because Tuniña is a kind of a very Galego, the Inho, the small thing. So probably it came from an influence of the Compostelana Tuniña, which was the Tuna Femenina Compostelana.
A lot of the things we learned, both Tuna and La Tuniña, are from the housekeeper of a Spanish or Mexican family, which was our padrino, and she taught us a lot about the tuna. So, and she was from Pays Basque. Ah, my phone is talking to
Oh,
me.
Basque Country. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's where the La Tuniña is coming from.
Okay, that's please.
Another question. Sorry, Paulo. You have a tuna tuna mix, or
Tuna mixta.
men and girls together
In Holland.
in Netherlands, yeah.
Yeah, I think they still exist, but we never hear from them. Not that
There were at a certain point in time there were two. So
Okay.
one in Nijmegen or Nijmegen, and another one in
Tilburg.
Tilburg. Yeah.
Okay.
But I have met the one in Nijmegen. I don't think they still exist.
Okay.
They don't. They were 9 or 10 people, and they never had freshmen novatos, so it died out.
It was not linked to student association or a university.
Okay.
Yeah, half and half. Yeah, I think. I'm not sure.
Okay. So while we watch a little bit of the performance of the Tuniña also in the same festival in Torremolinos, we can do the same as we did before. We will watch them, and let me just play the video. And once again, I already saw that we have here Manuel Rosa watching the show. Thank you very much for sharing and for all the effort that you continue to do for the Tuna. So this was how you opened the show in Torremolinos.
I have a confidence. I remember La Tuniña gave me a serenata when Tuna America went there. But I was really drunk. I don't remember the song.
That was in Eindhoven?
Eindhoven, yeah?
1994.
No, 96, I believe.
96, okay, also possible.
96, 97.
I can't remember what we played.
It wasn't a boss. '97. Yeah. Yeah.
Very
And
nice.
they won
very
a bunch of prizes, eh?
in Torremolinos.
Yeah.
I know that Tuna Mais Tuna was for La Tuniña, ¿verdad? Really? Oh, I mix Spanish with English, and yeah, in a while
Don't worry
Portuguese.
about
I don't
it.
know.
Well, we call it Tuna Mas Tuna too. And I think we also won, oh yeah, of course, the Serenade.
Serenado.
Yeah. Did you participate Ted, in the Serenata for Frank?
For,
In '97,
Yeah.
you were in the Tuniña.
yes,
So you
only 1 year, no.
Yes. She forget about bad moments.
yeah.
She doesn't want to
A bad
remember, Frank.
experience. A bad
I,
experience.
She doesn't
well,
want to
I was
remember.
in the organization at that time of the festival, so
But
and
Me
I,
too.
the important thing is that we won. We won.
you
Yeah,
won.
I
Oh, well,
remember
that's
that.
good.
Tuna America.
I don't.
I
can't
remember. I was
any-
also in the organization.
Okay, now excuse me for interrupting, but I think that Pauline, which I imagine that is from Tuniña, there are no Spanish here. One from Portugal, which is me, one from Puerto Rico, and one from Colombia. So yeah, we applaud. But this was for you guys, for Pierre and Christiaan, that you did
Yes.
not applaud. Now it's the time to do it.
The Spanish boy.
We never applaud for each other.
Oh, you must. Oh, you must.
The answer
Frank.
is yes, Rob. Yes, Frank is in Tuna America now.
He still is.
Yeah.
Eh,
I'm the founder.
Maybe he knows which song we played for you, Frank.
Or maybe he was also playing. No.
You know.
No, we don't play together.
No, it wasn't. It
possible.
wasn't a boss after the party. So I went
In
in.
the pub, okay.
I get my seat, and I get asleep. I get in sleep immediately. So in my dreams, I saw you guys singing to me.
Was a Mexican song. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
So the next day, the guys
Porque
told
estás
me-
que te vas y te vas y no te has ido.
the
Cocoricó.
next day they told me, "Hey
Cocoricó
man,
was it?
plays the quena." If I recall, yeah, I'm not playing the quena. Who plays the quena was
Achira.
no, Achira, no, Patricio. We play there. Pájaro Campana and Pájaro Chowi, a medley. It was
And
wonderful.
a medley of cumbias.
Medley of cumbias, and en mi viejo San Juan a capella also.
Oh, you
So-
remember well.
I remember well. So after this show, I'm gonna call you, so you're gonna remember too.
Well, there is somebody reacting under the name
Yeah.
of Alex Thuis, but I know who's under there. That's Eline.
Super drunk, yeah. I quit already 10 years ago. I quit the alcohol.
Yeah. Then he went to the I don't know how many steps in AA, and now he's fine. Okay, so now let's talk also a little bit about Tuna de Maastricht.
Yeah.
Christiaan, welcome.
Yay!
Tell us a little bit about Maastricht that we know from the treaty, but not from the Tuna. So
No, actually, it's funny that you mentioned that, because 1992 is the year that our Tuna was founded. So there's nothing to do with it, but it's easy to remember it.
that's
And
it.
that means that this year we will celebrate our 30th
Okay.
Perfect.
in October. Yeah, no, just like that. It's, you've got your 40th and we've got our 30th.
Christiaan is also from Colombia, yeah?
Yes.
My wife is, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I will give you a little bit of history about my Tuna in Maastricht. It was founded by a guy who's half Spanish and half Dutch. And his cousin was a student in Oviedo, in Asturias, where his family came from. and he joined the Tuna Universitaria de Oviedo. And when he was there in the summer, he said, "Hey, what my cousin is doing is actually really great. I want to do that in Maastricht as well." And he contacted his friend from school, and they started, and they just tried to play it, and they got the cancionero from this Tuna, so we sing the same way as they do, more or less, maybe with a Dutch accent. And that's how it all started. And I believe in 1990, more or less, in 1992, they officially went to the Chamber of Commerce, and it was official. I joined in 1999, and in 2000, we had our first official certamen in Murcia, La Fiesta de Primavera. And in 2002, we organized our first certamen in Maastricht ourselves. And also thanks to the Tuniña Eindhoven to help us with the organization. They had a book already ready to use. So after that, as normal in the Tuna, and you've got those moments when you have a lot of members and few members, and you think the Tuna will die. We were in the same stage when I joined, and in 1 year we had 10 novatos. And the majority of them, they stayed for a long time, and then then it took off. Of course, the founders and the starters, they created the atmosphere already. They were already known, but then at a certain time, we had about 70 performances per year, aside of the rehearsals and the novato evenings that we have, and so we try to go to Spain, to those festivals, and Portugal, in Coimbra, in Figueira da Foz, Madeira, Tenerife, as much as possible. And we also went to Mexico and Peru, and we took a trip to Miami. It was amazing. It was really active years, and I feel sorry for the current Tunos and Novatos that they are not able to get the similar experiences that we had, and I'm just grateful for the beautiful years we had, and not only in Maastricht but also
in Miami. The guys from Oviedo have a kind of a flat, if I'm not mistaken, there, right? The guys from
we organized our own place,
okay.
But because of those stories, we had to go ourselves too.
That's it, because Oviedo's connection and relationship with Miami is known. We've already talked about it here in some shows. It's a very interesting thing they've got going on over there. So, but the Tuna Maastricht, it's also connected directly to the university, or your members all come from the same university, like in Ciudad, or is it different?
No, so the members are from the University of Maastricht. Mm-hmm. And it did not start with a relationship with the university, because it was this person in particular that started it. But since 12 years, 13 years, the relationship with the university has been intensified. So now we are playing Fonseca and other songs when there is a bachelor or master graduation.
Okay.
Very good. Very interesting. Miguel, do you have any questions for Christiaan? I've also got here one song that I prepared to know the Maastricht.
Yes.
Sing it in Portuguese, but that's a surprise for afterwards.
Okay. My question is about the beginning of the Tuna. Did you receive any, how you say that, influence from Spain or what?
Well, do you mean like the Tuna Femenina, that kind of influence, or do you mean how we got to know the habits and?
Yes, that's the second one.
The second one, okay.
Yeah.
That is a good question. I wasn't there the first 7 years or 9 years, so I'm not sure how that exactly went. But of course, there was a close relationship with his cousin, and they got to know Tuna from Alicante, and they invited them as well to join them on stage on festivals. So they got the experience of what Tuna life is, because in the Netherlands there are not many Tunas. and it's always nice to be in Spain, of course, or Portugal. So that is how they got to know certain habits. Then they created their own rules about how to deal with people, and a part of the cancionero. So we've got the 10 or 13 commandments that you have to live by. And one of them is that you have to enjoy every glass of good wine and food and possibility to sleep, because you never know when the next opportunity will come.
Okay.
Very
Thank
good
you.
advice. Very good advice. Just one thing, and this is for the three of you. I know that you guys have, at least Ciudad has also sung a couple of times in Portuguese, at least in Portucalense Festival. Also, we will watch Maastricht singing in Portuguese in a while. And apart from that, do you have in your cancionero any Dutch themes, any Dutch songs?
Yeah, and it's in on the first festival that we played at in Murcia in 2000, we sang Kleine Café aan de Haven. And I believe that, and later we learned a few more songs, but that is actually the one that we will perform on stage. And we also sing, I believe, 2-3 Portuguese songs.
And Tuniña?
We used to study for every certamen we went to a different Dutch song. And now we don't anymore. I don't know why, but it happened somewhere.
But did you feel that what did you feel that was the public, the audience reaction to the Dutch songs?
We had the idea that the Spanish people thought, well, you sing well. We try to sing in Spanish or whatever, and we thought they wanted us to play a Dutch song because it was also Dutch folklore. But we also played Kleine Café aan de Haven, Tulpen from Amsterdam, all these, evergreens. Let's call it evergreens. We also played the Smurf song.
That was the Smurf song. That's a classic. That's a classic.
It's Dutch.
That's it. And Pierre and Ciudad in terms of Dutch songs in the cancionero in your own repertoire.
Yeah, it's a bit the same as my two colleagues. We did it on stage several times. Personally, I think that the people in the country where you are prefer to hear songs in their own language. So we stepped a little bit away from it. But for example, when we have our own festival in the Netherlands, we will definitely do a Dutch song if there's an opportunity. Yeah. So we and in the bars in the Netherlands, we play Dutch songs when we can.
That's good. Okay, so we will get back to talking about this. Now let's see what Águas do Dão sounds like when it's performed by.
That's Tuna.
Nice.
Yeah. Let me just. I don't know what I just did here, but I'm not. Just 1 second. Sometimes it happens when you have to pull the videos from YouTube at the same time that you are talking. You need audio for it. That's it. Let's go.
A lot of novatos.
Yep. That's very good. De que se va para todos los lados de down.
Hey, Paulo, is it me or do I hear a little bit of Spanish coming through?
A little bit of.
Spanish pronunciation. No?
Also sounds so happy. I'm not used to that with Portuguese music.
Yeah, the Maastricht Tuna always very happy.
Sorry.
Very good.
Yeah.
So, Christiaan, now tell me one thing. I was very curious to know, and happy to have you here. Where did you told that you have like 2 or 3 songs in Portuguese in your repertoire? Did it come from, let's say, okay, we are going to Portugal to a festival, so let's play a Portuguese song, or how did that happen?
Yeah, normally it's like, well, normally it only happen. we sing only 2 other languages, yeah, but that is how it started. Yeah, and which songs, how they came up, I can't remember. Maybe they asked for it. Maybe it was a song that somebody heard on a festival and asked for the title. Don't know. Sorry.
No problem, no problem. So, Frank. Oh, Pierre, just one. Do you remember playing a medley of Spanish slot machines once?
Yes, so you have, I think you have all over the world in the time of the slot machines. In the bars, there was a lot of noise coming out of the slot machines, all these different melodies like La Cucaracha and all these kind of typical melodies. And we made once a medley of all these slot machine melodies. And we played that on stage.
Very good. Hi, Francisco.
Yes.
Greetings to LA. Good to have you here.
I want to know about your becas. Why the color? What means? If for you, please.
Is the question to me?
For the 3 of you.
Well, so yeah, my tuna is a technical tuna. So as far as I know, for technical tunas, it is tradition to have red, black, and red. So that's how it came. In the beginning, we had the first backer was only red, but I think some Spanish tuna told us that we should have red, black, and red, and so that's why we changed it.
Okay. What about you, Ted?
Oh, well, as far as I know, is that technical was black, and well, they didn't want red and black, of course, and black on black is you don't see it, so it became yellow because that suits nobody.
Okay. Oh,
This is
Eindhoven 97.
that is 97.
And where are you, Frank? Drunk?
Back to
In
the
the
left.
bar?
In the back to the left.
He was sleeping.
Oh, yeah, I see you.
And the Rob is. Let me see the question. I think plays the Kena, if I recall. No, it was the guy that is holding the
trophy.
The trophy. That is Patricio. That guy plays the Kena in that. So
Very good. Always good
This is
memories.
the evidence. This is the evidence.
Always
So,
good memories.
what about you, Christiaan? Your Becca?
The color of the university is blue and white, and back in the days, blue was chosen. But before they did that, they had different suits, and they had the orange, the yellow, as well, and red for the different faculties. But because in certain Spanish cities you have a tuna for each faculty, then you have the luxury to have your own color. But it's not that popular in the Netherlands, so we have to have the color of the university.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have a question for all. How is the process for the new people? Have a time to be preparing all the swings, or I don't know. And at the end of this time, you give the beca or not?
Or not?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Never.
Okay. First step, please.
You want
Oh.
first that? Okay.
Actually, I know a little bit about how it works these times. You become a Nobata, you have to learn songs, then you get socks, yellow socks, then you get black socks, and well, when you're nice and you can play enough and you fit with the association, you get your beca.
Okay.
After 5 years. No, I think it's after a year and a half.
Okay.
Okay. Frank, you had yellow socks.
I have yellow socks, but I don't use it.
In my time, we didn't have yellow socks. You just wore your suit without. Well, you didn't have the beca, and then at one point you got the beca.
And you use, for example, like the kappa. You use the kappa as a level, as a or grade.
No,
Okay.
I
Because
don't use the
here in
kappa at
America-
all.
You don't use
Again,
the kappa at all.
Everybody has a kappa, but it's a burden more
Yeah.
than it's. So
I rather wear a handbag. That's more comfy.
But you know,
me
here in
too, but that's
America,
not allowed as a man.
not us, but here in America, a lot of tunas use the kappa
As a level.
as
As a level.
To,
Yeah.
to
Right.
make a distinction between in hierarchy.
Yes.
No,
Okay.
we don't do that. We don't do that.
I would say you don't wear a kappa, then you're the man.
Well, here in Portugal, it's a little bit different because the traje is not complete without the capa, so we cannot go anywhere without it. So
And the kappa is for the cold. That's it.
no,
Yeah.
here the capa is for every occasion,
Everything.
and without it,
Okay.
it's not complete. So without it, you
Okay.
are just a waiter. You know, if you
Yeah.
don't wear the kappa, they ask for you to bring some beers or
But you keep
water, whatever.
you keep the kappa with you in summer.
Yeah,
Paulo?
always,
Always. Okay.
always.
You have to. The
Always.
suits is the same suit as a waiter, so yeah, you have to.
In it, otherwise we cannot go anywhere without people asking for a coffee or a whiskey or whatever. You say, "Hey, waiter, fine."
Beer.
So we need the kappa.
What was the
Waiter.
question? I forgot the question. What was the question? The last
The
question.
it was about the
Stages.
tradition, the stages of
novatos.
parrillada,
Yeah.
novatada, whatever. Yeah, which is a good thing to know also in terms of praxis, in terms of, let's say, like that intensive training, almost like military recruit for passing levels. Does it happen in Ciudad de
No.
Luz? I know it happens. Fuck.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, it does. We practice every Tuesday. The students practice every Tuesday because if you start with the tuna and you don't speak Spanish and you don't know the Spanish traditions, you're of course a bit behind of people that are already 10, 20 years in the tuna. So I know more songs than the younger members. So the novatos, they start with zero. And they also sometimes need to learn the guitar. They need to learn bandurria. They basically they know nothing.
First, they need
So-
to know how to carry instruments.
They know how to carry instruments and get beer.
And
So
get beer.
that's the starting
first
point.
stage. Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
That's the starting
So-
point. And we practice every Tuesday, and the practice starts with 1 hour with the Novatos. So two guys of my Tuna come and they practice with the Novatos. So they have every 1 hour extra, and then there's the regular rehearsal. And
Small. They need to be
I
small.
see Sonny is
I never hired a woman. I never hired a woman.
and so
Did you hide a man any time?
Man,
or not?
He doesn't wear a
know.
kappa.
hide, not hit, hide. So hide.
It has
Keep them
to be
behind
a little one.
So so our Novatos during the year they learn songs, and we have two things that they need to do. One thing is they need to go one weekend, 2 nights out by themselves. So, for example, there's 4 Novatos. They go out one weekend, and they have to go abroad. So it cannot be Netherlands, but to be realistic, it's 5 minutes to go to Belgium and it's 20 minutes to go to Germany. But they have to hitchhike. So they have to hitchhike. They don't have a car. They don't have money. They only have one instrument of choice, and they hitchhike to let's say Düsseldorf or Cologne, and they spend there the weekend. They try to make money, and then end of the 2 days we come and we pick them up, and they pay us for the dinner. And I hope that there's no Novatos listening now, because the dinner is never enough. As they never have enough money. So if they have €1,000, we want a 3 Michelin star restaurant. If they have €200, we want a good steak. But we always want a little bit more than they have. So we send them out again. We pick them up. We have a really nice evening. They get good food. So that's one thing they have to do. But there's also a positive side. When we go to festivals, to Spain, to a certamen, they don't pay anything other than their plane ticket. So we pay the food, the beer. When they come with us, we pay everything, except for the ticket.
No, I hope that our Novatas are not listening.
Yeah. So in our case, it's not so bad to be a Novato. It was actually a very good year for learning how to drink a lot, because you don't have to pay.
Okay.
But on the other hand, you have to get the beers, carry the bags until you know the 7 songs, and you can go out that weekend. And from after you did that and you know 7 songs, there is a chance that at any moment in time you get a Becker. And yeah, that's a little bit we discuss between us, and we have a Geffe, and we need to decide what's a good moment. Does this guy also fit in, except for the songs? How active is he, etc., etc. So we have some not black and white rules, but if you know the 7 songs and you are active, then in any moment in time, it can be half a year, can be 1.5 years, you can get the Becker.
Okay. What about Christiaan?
Well, we have different stages. We have Pardillo, Novato White Sox, Novato Black Sox, Tuno, and Veterano. Okay. So, because there are many people who have never heard of the Tuna or Tuna Live, we call them, when they start Pardillo, then they can sniff if they like the culture, if they like the Tuna. And when we see that they are really interested, then at a certain point, we will have a baptism. And at this moment, they will select a padrino. And they will get a nickname as well, a Spanish nickname. Then we have, and then they will get white socks. The Tuna will buy the material for the suits, but you have to pay for having one customized to your body. So you get a feeling of, I have to be careful with the suit because it's precious. Then the black socks, we put that in between, because sometimes there are novatos that are quick learners, but they're not there yet. And there's a big difference between a novato that just started and somebody who's already playing for a year. So to give them a bit more responsibilities so they can get a taste of what it is to be a tuno. And once they have mastered the songs, when the pronunciation is not that bad, and preferable on key, then there might be a moment to get the Becca with a baptism as well. That point that can be different. Some people say, for some people it's too late. For other people it was too soon. But being a good musician is not a tuno. A tuno is something else. Actually, you should not be a good musician to be a tuno, because Tuna is a way to survive while you're doing your studies, and probably you are not studying music. So, so the different aspects. And what I like about our Tuna is that you see different characters, of course, but each person brings in something different, and together it's full, it's complete, and you can appreciate people in different ways, and that's also quite nice to learn about other people and create new moments. When you are a veterano, that is actually when you're not active anymore. You don't contribute anymore with the rehearsals. You don't teach the novatos anymore on a regular basis, and then you can call yourself veterano. Okay. What we do is, as Pierre said, money-wise, when we perform and we get money, at least half of it will go into the treasurer, and that will be used for buying material for the suits, maybe some basic instruments, but also to subsidize the trips that we organize to Spain and Portugal for festivals.
Okay.
So
and your nickname is?
Dodotis.
Dodotis.
Yeah, I will.
Frank, your microphone.
I would like to leave it with that.
Okay.
From the White Sox to get the title of Tuno, how long it takes, more or less?
It really, okay, more or less. Yes, if you're quick, it could be 1 year. Otherwise, maybe 2 years. So just like Ted said, 1.5, give or take.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would like to remember our audience that they can make their questions here on the comments, and of course we will highlight them and try to have them answered. We don't have many for now. Yeah. Pierre?
No questions from Sonny anymore, please, because he wants free beer. I noticed.
You want to answer this?
Yes.
Christiaan was talking and we saw this comment. All of us were laughing like crazy, and he was trying to keep serious. But sorry, with this, will you give back? If he gives back the Becca, will you pay, Pierre? That's on you.
Well, it's my Tuna that pays, so but Sonny will have to carry the bongos and guitaron and everything. We can talk about it.
Okay, so we'll talk afterwards. So one more question that we have here. What would you say that is the main difference between it's if we say that the three active Tunas in the Netherlands are the three represented here today? What are the main differences between you three, apart from the obvious one that you pay differently from what we do, but that's a different thing. So what would you say that the main differences between the Tunas in character, in attitude? What would you say? Let's start with Ted again.
Thank
you. Ooh.
Between the three of us is the question?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we are the nicest. We're not the best musicians, but we are the best party people. Sorry.
You are the beautiful people.
And we look the youngest. I just had on the app already. Sorry.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay.
So next one, please.
Christiaan. your turn.
I think it's hard to say. It also differs per generation, but in general, I think we will try to have people that are really enjoying it. Musicality is extra, but first you have to be enthusiastic about the tuna, and because otherwise you will not go through the things you have to do as a novato, and just creating a great atmosphere, and then the rest will come. You will study if you're having a great time.
Greetings to Trovata in Cordova. And you, Pierre, what would you say? Let's. You have to tell me. I haven't. Imagine that I don't know anything about Dutch tunas. What would you say that? Oh, the Tuniña is like this, Maastricht is like that, and Ciudad is whatever. Just
definitely, we are the most serious one. And maybe also best organized, but that is also because we are the biggest one. That has to do with numbers. I think Maastricht is a very, very happy Tuna. When I see them, wherever I see them, they make me smile. There's always party where they are. With my Tuna, that's also, but it's a little bit different. We are a little bit more focused on the music. And the Tuniña, they are girls, so yeah, it's difficult to compare. Personally, musically, they are not my favorites, but individually, these girls are all they have the right spirit. So it's always fun to organize stuff with them and to do things with them. That's good. For us, it's a complimentary that they are there, and we have organized these festivals always together. So I don't know any. I cannot remember being without them, especially in festivals in Eindhoven. But I think that we are basically the how you call that, the roots of the tree, and from there everything comes out, and that's also Maastricht and Tuniña.
Any comments on this?
Yes, Rob is from Tuna, Ciudad.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
Very serious.
Yeah, but we are talking about more than 150 people, so yeah, it's a bit generalizing here.
So now a different question. You have had the chance of traveling abroad, see other tunas from other countries. What would you say that the main difference between the Dutch tunas and the Spanish tunas or the Portuguese tunas? Or let's try to generalize a little bit and just to talk like that. I know that it's hard, but let's bring it on. Christiaan.
If I look at the novatos in Spanish tunas, they have to do a lot more than our novatos. Of course, Spanish tunas can play many more songs because it's in their language. They heard those songs when they were 4 or 5 years old, and we have to learn them by heart without even speaking the language. But we are more or less the same in the way we play. With Portuguese tunas, often I see that they only play if the whole orchestra is together. When they're there with 25 people, then they play. There are exceptions, but the Spanish tunas, they play with 2-3 people, with 10 people, with 20 people, doesn't matter. They always play. And my experience is that that Portuguese tunas often are so prepared for a stage performance that they only want to play when everybody is there with all the instruments, and then I miss a bit the flexibility of just enjoying the moment and creating a new atmosphere. But as I said, we met some exceptions, and those are our friends.
So, Opa.
Frank, tienes el micrófono cerrado, Frank.
Play three guys or two guys like Naldo and Frank in Santiago de Compostela.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that on YouTube. It was great, Frank.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So, Ted, your opinion on the Dutch tunas and the differences between other countries, not only Portugal and Spain, but also, of course, if you had the chance to be with tunas from America, from Colombia, from Mexico, from Puerto Rico, and that I know that have already gone, what do you feel is the main difference?
I can only speak for myself and not for the whole group, because I didn't go to South America when I was a young girl, and still I didn't go. What I realized just not so long ago is that in Spain, tuna is something really, really important for some people, while in Holland it's the student association where the three of us grew up. But it's not something like my family is like, oh, my daughter is in a tuna. Like in Spain, it would be, because my parents didn't know what it was. Our daughter is in the bar again, making music, apparently. In a funny suit. Okay, that's what people think in Holland. But in Spain, tuna is big and is something. And I think that's the real difference between us and the Spanish tunas. And I don't know how it is in South America. And unfortunately, all these groups from England and Canada, and I don't know what I saw coming, America, Japan, I haven't never met them. So I don't know how it is over there.
Okay. We are also in the bar. We are also in the bar now. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And I see you smoking, so I'm allowed to smoke
Yes,
too.
yes, we are.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Just to add to that, because that you mentioned it, in Spain, tunos are also playing when they are already working as for additional income. Playing in the summer is an important part of their yearly income.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because it's especially south of Spain, it's not well paid. It's difficult to get a job, and tunos are sometimes just surviving by just playing music in the big squares in the Plaza Mayor. And that is something that we tried not to do in our tuna.
Because you are rich.
No, it's
it's a joke.
no. It's actually an interesting question. Oh, sorry. I will discuss this after beer. Okay.
After beer or after peer?
Either.
Both, yeah.
Rena.
I think both that and the Christiaan did say some interesting things because it's both is true. So I think for us it's a hobby, and for Spanish tunas it's as far as I know it's more important, more statuous. That is also why they can treat novatos a little bit different. They give them more difficult time before they enter than we do. Because for us it's just a hobby, it's just an interesting thing. It's carnival all year, kind of thing. And what Christiaan says is also true. I also know some tunos in Spain that really make some extra money to really pay the rent, etc. Besides their jobs. But also it is also the culture. The culture is also difficult in Portugal, but also in Spain. It's really embedded in the culture. So they play in the churches. They play for every holiday. I see many times on YouTube that they are carrying these statues and tunas are playing with it. And well, we never do such things. It is not embedded in our culture. So we really do this for fun. paying some beers and our suits from it, and basically have a lot of fun.
Well, and it made us who we are at the moment, I think.
You
Of course,
think?
I consider
This-
myself a Tuno, really.
You
Yeah,
have
me
a
too.
special greeting that I had here because I was talking to him during the day. But it's here, Nino from Santiago de Compostela. Greetings, Sardina,
That's me,
Okay.
from Tuna Ikai.
Benigno.
Could you
From Ike.
translate? Could you translate, please?
Me
Paulo.
translate this?
Yes.
Greetings to
just in
everyone,
English.
and especially to Sardina, whom I know for years, since I've been with him with my Ikai Tuna and his Tuna Ciudad. I'm Benino Amor, or Nino, writing from Santiago de Compostela.
He's
Saludos.
the guy that owns the
The
museum.
museum. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Nino.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He owns all Santiago de Compostela.
Yeah, he's the boss.
He's the boss.
He's the boss.
Hey, Christian, coming back to the
Yeah,
Just one thing. One comment from Adelio
with-
from my Tuna
Okay.
to Ted. That
Oh, yeah.
when the virus is over, we need to get together in order to realize that we have the same spirit in spite of our musical abilities. There are also, Christian, some exceptions in Portugal when it comes to not only playing in theaters, but also in the street.
Yes.
So,
With,
and
with,
Adelio-
excep- with exception of the flag.
yeah, the flags are terrible in Portugal.
Yeah.
Those guys are. They suck. They suck big time.
Christian, I'm with you. Before you say something, I'm with you.
Yeah.
on.
Also, during the years, and when you earn a lot of when you have a lot of performances and you get a lot of money, the question is what are you going to do with that? Because originally, of course, Tuna Life was invented to survive, to pay for your meal, to buy your papers or your books or whatever, and to travel. So that would be personal money. And in Spain, that is what I have experienced. Is if you have a performance, then you go after the performance, you go to a restaurant, you have a meal, you have a coffee, you have a cubata, and when that bill is paid, then the money that is left over is distributed among the members. But for us, we decided not to do that. That you cannot own the money officially. It's also not allowed. But aside of that, for us, the performance is actually an excuse to put on your suit and come together. And the most fun normally comes after the performance. And if you get that people are playing just for the money, they will leave. And if you have just a group of 5 people and then 2 people playing the banduria are leaving because they want to save money, then you're limiting the other 3 of having a nice evening. Because then the musicality stops. And that is a big difference between a normal performance and Tuna performance. And it's like you always have a jam session after the official performance. And that makes a Tuna great as well. I mean, many aspects, of course, but that's one of them. So
Yeah, but I think as Dutch, we are too, because we had our student loans and we could afford more. I always saw when I was in Spain or in Holland, we can afford beers on our own. And I think that's what I saw, that people don't have that much money as we had. We are blessed.
Yeah, I believe you were a bit luckier than I was. You get a full scholarship, and mine wasn't even paying the rent, so I didn't have enough money.
I had a job,
but we had.
Oh, Christiaan, you're so. Come on, man.
I survived one way or another. No, but there was
nice
an
card box you have over there.
There was an interesting situation. That was a person scheduled to work, and we needed him for the performance, otherwise we could not perform. And then he said, well, I work for money, so if you give me money, then I will come. And then it hit the principle, do you pay people, yes or no? And that's something you have to deal with and decide with your Tuna what is more important.
Okay, let me just pull here one comment from Kiko Amezquita from Los Angeles, just for the ones that don't know, and I think that at least Christiaan and Ted doesn't know. He's, let's say, the director of an estudiantina in Los Angeles, California. He's a Mexican. He immigrated and he's living in Los Angeles. And this is, I think, a cool idea. It's a kind of an echo here, right?
Yeah, you have it.
Right, let me see what's happening. Yeah, is it better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is awkward because I did nothing and it just improved. So, his idea is to make a certamen, or at least a kind of a thing where Tunas that can and want to like play and record a song in English. What do you guys think of this? Are you down for it, or?
I'm perfectly okay with it. Yeah. Let's do
The
it.
first one has to be in Los Angeles.
Well, I would say that for the time being, it would be safer if we try to do something online, even if it was without the squares like the ones, or rectangles that the ones that we are here, like the co-videos that no one can watch anymore. But this could be a thing. Let's keep this in mind. And Kiko, thank you for the idea. And probably we could do the first virtual festival of Tunas playing and singing in English.
I will discuss with my Tuna what song, and we'll start recording.
Sonny has an idea.
Hard rock.
Maybe it will be a Metallica song.
Metallica song.
Okay. So one more thing that we have here, and just to follow before we pass to a little bit more of a couple of videos from your rondas in Torremolinos that are also quite nice. In terms of novatos, we already know that Ciudad has kind of 10 novatos this year, is it, Pierre?
Yeah, it's a 7 to 10, like quite a lot. Yeah.
It's very good. So, and La Tuniña, how is it?
There are no batas.
It's good. It's also
A
good.
couple of, I don't know. I really don't know. I think 3, 4, I guess. I'm not sure.
Christiaan in Maastricht.
How many are? So, no,
Approximately.
at the moment, I don't know how many. I lost track.
Okay, let's try to get back to that information when you have it. It would be good to update, because it's very good to even with this pandemic situation, knowing that young people are interested in coming to this way of life. Let's call it like that. It's very good to know. So now one more thing that and one more point, and this is very interesting, because we know that Tuna Festival is already a very old festival, even for European standards. It's one of the European oldest festivals in Tunas. Maastricht, do you, Christiaan, does Maastricht also organize any festival? Have you ever done it? Tell us a little bit about it.
We organized 3 festivals, and the first one was in 2002. And we would like to organize a new one, but let's see what we can do this year.
It's good. And in terms of the Tuna Festival, you told Pierre that it was organized together with the Tuniña. Is that a model that works? How does that work? That collaboration with the latest?
Yeah, it works well, because if you organize a big festival with 15, 20 Tunas, you need a lot of people. You need people that we always had a puesto central where people can come, Tunos can come ask questions. And that's 24/7, 3 days long. We need people that build up the tent. We need people that build up the stage. It has to be down. We have to organize the pasacalles. We have to distribute the food. Sorry?
Hotels.
The hotels, yeah, we have to. We have 3 or 4 hotels. We have to distribute. We have to have people there at the hotel to help the organization in the hotels to get the tunas in and settled, and keep them relaxed. They don't tear down the rooms. So it's a lot of work. So you need 20 people, and if you organize a festival every year. People say 1 or 2 times, they say, yes, no problem, I organize. But then the second time they say, oh, next person. So even though we are a big tuna, at a certain moment, we don't have enough volunteers. So together with the Tuniña, we always have enough volunteers to organize this. And that it's also a bit of a reunion for us. It's a party for us as well, and not everybody wants to organize and being busy with the organization all the time. So you have to divide in order to be able to have a festival of a certain level every year, every 2 or 3 years, and then and in the years in between we organize a smaller festival, and that's more easy. That we can do with 2 people, and that is often 1 Tuno and 1 Tuniña. Together, and that also works very well. It's just grown that way, but it works. So perfect for me. Ted, you have something to add?
I think we do that okay. I think we're very good at it to divide the tasks. I think what the most important part is organizing a festival in Holland is very, very, very expensive. So you also need a lot of people who get a lot of money from companies. I'm in a lot of events that are happening. And I know the Tuna Festival in Eindhoven is one of the most expensive festivals that are organized. What we ask our sponsors is sometimes 10, 100 times more than other festivals do. But we are lazy. We want just four sponsors to pay everything, where other people will search for 500 sponsors.
It's good that you have 4 that can, let's say, englobe all that together in one single. It's good.
Yeah, we have that's also the reason why we organize it every year now. So it's 2 times in 5 years a big one, and the other times a smaller one with only, I think, 3, 4 foreign groups, Peter.
More.
Sometimes more. And that's also for the sponsors to be a part of it. So we don't come every 3 years, but we come every year, and we make them part of it. And I think that's the most important part. And we evolve, I guess.
I believe that the times with the pandemic and whatever, I believe in the next years we have, if you want to make a festival or certamen, we have to start to think in Airbnb, for example, because it's less expensive than hotels. Here in Puerto Rico, make a festival in numbers costs at least $250,000, at least, because Puerto Rico is so expensive. So we have to change some things in order to get together again.
Well, you see in Spain that we are in hostels and not in hotels anymore. Okay. And we are little divas, So a lot of us go into an Airbnb or rent an apartment or whatever. So we don't have to go to a hostel. And I think that's what people do. But and I also think that when this pandemic is over, it's what you saw in Torremolinos. Everybody was so excited
Yeah.
to being there, playing again, drinking. Well, I'm quite safe. Well, I play it quite safe at the moment. But once you have 3 beers, whatever, party.
The best 3 beers in 2 years.
It was a great festival, but it was just because we didn't have it in 2 years.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
We were talking
And
about
everybody liked it.
Torremolinos, so
Oh my
let's
God.
Well, there's that.
What you don't see is that we stand in a hard form when we do the serenata.
Is that a hard form? I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's what you don't see. If you look at from above, you can see it.
That I see 2 kappas, so they are on top of the pyramid.
Yeah, that's what well, that's how we do that. Oh no, now the hard form is coming right now. As you see me, people get in place.
Yeah.
And it's always nice if you have somebody made a movie from above.
yeah.
Bien.
Very, very
Muy
nice.
bien.
Very good memories. I also wanted Frank to have a kind of a reminder of how the Serenata could have been if he was not so drunk.
He was sleeping.
It was leaving.
Could have been in the middle of that heart, Frank.
Well, I have to go again to Eindhoven, for the second one, Serenata.
I don't believe that.
Well, if you ask for it, you don't get it. You know that.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. Okay. I'm going to pray.
But also, Sonny was here saying that Torremolinos were very well organized. So it was, I think that also with all, every participant so excited, so eager to be there, it was for sure very easy. Everyone was just wanting to enjoy and follow every indication whatsoever. Let's just try to have as much fun as we can, because we don't know for how long it will be open. And that was truth, because now we are like we are again.
Unfortunately, that was true, yeah.
Well, and we had a very, very nice hotel.
Yeah.
It
And
was
that's also
very well
something.
organized.
It's all in Spain. It's a bit about timing. If you out of the season organize something, you can get good hotels reasonably cheap. And this will never happen in the Netherlands, because Eindhoven is a city that the hotels are always full. especially during the week. So if you want a Friday evening, you want a hotel, it's going to be difficult. The Saturday is reasonably okay, but the Friday is always difficult. So we have to pay the top price on Fridays. So if we want to start a festival on Thursday or on Friday, it's always expensive.
And speaking
Come
of
on.
expensive, try to reply to
Yeah,
Sonny
but-
someone because
Hold on. That's quite a few.
Well, actually, I can answer this one. There's one that is came out of a Tuna and Tuniña and is now just received his Becca. So
Okay.
he's next generation Tuno. It's a he. So he's with my Tuna, not with the Tuniña. But his mother is a Tuniña. His father is a Tuno.
From Eindhoven
Did-
boat.
Hey guys, do you change or did you change becas between you?
Oh, what are you saying?
It's a
Maybe,
question. It's a question.
maybe I don't know. So maybe people did. I don't know. Could be.
Individually. No. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
we change
Maybe
Beccas
sure, maybe
with
sure,
friends. But is the question, do we change Beccas, or is the question, do we change Becca with the Tuniña?
With the Tuniña, between the two tunas.
Maybe somebody who got married changed
Maybe
the Becca with his wife, but
Yeah, the father and
other
mother.
than that, no.
Okay. Thank you.
we have boundaries.
Okay.
Very strict boundaries.
you should
Understand.
have. I think that.
But
Very good
there are
idea.
several marriages. So yeah, I imagine that they change the Beccas. They can do whatever they want.
Our historian.
Behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors, nobody can see.
Okay.
That's good. Well, guys, we are already with 1 hour and 40 minutes. I don't know if there was some subject that escaped from the storyline, if there is anything else you want to say, if there is any last minute question from anyone but Rob that needs to be answered.
Everything is changed.
Except the back. So,
For
Yeah,
me,
well,
thank you for being here. I always happy to see you. I'm very happy to see you guys. So
let's go for
I'm
a
very
final
happy
round
to see
from the
you
guests.
again because you've
Yes.
been in that serenata.
I can't imagine because I never play.
I'm gonna check my photos.
Okay. So, Christian, let's go for a final round, some final words so that we can try to wrap this up, and especially those guys in the Netherlands that need to go early to the gym tomorrow. We can. Let's go for some final words.
No, thanks for inviting me. Of course, it's a great idea to communicate about the non-Spanish tunas as well, and what happens in the rest of the world, and those that don't speak Spanish fluently, so we can exchange experiences easier. Also thanks to the Tuna Eindhoven for the support during the organizations of the festivals. Of course, I would like to travel more and see you all guys. And I think this just started, so there will be a lot of initiatives taken in the future. And maybe we should create some continental festivals or gatherings, weekends where we can fly to and then have a Super Bock or an Estrella de Galicia together. That would be
That's
awesome.
a very good idea. That's a very good idea. Christian, thank you very much. Ted, any final words?
Yeah, well, thank you for inviting me. Yeah, I think it's very nice and interesting just to talk about tuna and exchange ideas about how you think about it or what you experienced. Thank you.
Thank you for being
I'm
here.
looking forward to seeing more of these live feeds.
Thank you very much. Pierre, It was not your first time, so you already know the drill. You've already been here, so you know what we meant for final words. You have 33
first
minutes.
of all,
No more.
thank you for inviting me again. It was interesting again. It's lovely to see you guys. Thank you, Christiaan. Thank you, Ted, for helping me and answering to my call. Let's continue doing this, but also let's go focus on meeting each other somewhere live after the COVID situation. An evening like this only gets me more eager to get out there and do some tuna stuff. So thank you and see you next time.
Thank you very much, Miguel.
Okay, the first thing we have to promise all the people that we will have here in the next show, Rob. He will be our very important guest for the next show. Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, Christiaan, thank you very much to be here. Have to say hello to your wife. I know she is from Colombia. And I know that you know what means chévere. Yes, you know what means chévere. Cool. Okay. It was very chévere that you are here, and thank you very much for all your opinions about the tuna. Also, Ted and also Sardina. Thank you very much. And the only thing I want to say, or I want to try to say, is. Thank you, Bel.
Yeah, very good.
Graag gedaan.
Thank you, Miguel. Frank.
The same. Every single program, I've learned something. Today, I believe that all our people in Tudi, I'm sure that they learned something more about the tunas in Netherlands, right? Netherlands. I cannot say Holland anymore.
Netherlands.
Get a fine.
So thank you guys again. I hope this is not only the first time. So I believe the next festival that you organizing in Eindhoven, when is going to be, more or less, this year or next year?
Yes.
If it's going to be next year, maybe we go there.
I understood that in September there's a notch, so maybe in 23 there is a festival again. I hope.
Okay, we can wait. So thank you guys again.
Okay. Well, that's this is the end of one more show, one more To The Live, the first one of 2022, and what a show it was, with some very special guests that enlightened us and that talked to us about how different and how similar at the same time tuna in the Netherlands is. What unites us, what divides us, or what makes us different, but ultimately joining us by this common bond that we have, which is the tuna, and which is this way of being here in Tertulia, in this kind of a round table with beers and wines and cigarettes. It's just so bad that we cannot be doing this presently and just 1 meter from or two. If the health authorities want to, we will do it too. But this would be so good to be presently doing this physically. But until we can, let's keep it like this, because it's safe and it's enlightening. Do we have some comments?
Do you put the last comment, please?
Oh, I already did.
Okay. So.
Rob, why don't you come here and sit next to me?
Where is Jenny?
No, this is all very, very interesting programs, and the idea that we had of having these shows in different languages, not only in Spanish, knowing that this can also be very interesting for you guys in Holland to communicate probably with Tunas that are active in the United States and in Canada, and that use English as their main language. This can be fantastic to create this even further, this bonds and this kind of communication that was lacking to the tune. I think that for many, many years we were trying to do the same thing the same way and try to expect different outcomes. Usually it doesn't happen. So why not do it like this, and why not try to reach a wider audience with this kind of English shows, and also in Portuguese, and trying to join people that speak English more fluently than they do Spanish. I was very happy for having you here today. Was very proud to show the evolution and the longevity of the Dutch tunas. Thank you very much, and congratulations for keeping the flame alive in your country. Thank you very much also for all of you out there. Next week we will be here, and we don't yet know exactly what we will talk about, but we will talk about something.
I think Rob will talk about something.
Well,
We'll be listening.
thank you very much, and Tudi Live next Thursday. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Well,
Bye.